welcome to my YouTube channel. So let's get straight to the board. Today we're talking about naming what? An organic compound. How do we name this compound? Now, first of all, you ask yourself, in the my other video I made about the first four homologous series, how do I know that this compound is an alkane? An alkyne, or what? An alkanol. It's very simple. Let's get straight to the board. Watch me as I do this. Now, for the first one, the first homologous series is what? We have the alkanes. Like I said, they are what? Single bonded. Okay. And the simplest of what the alkane is what? The methane. Okay. The methane is what? The simplest what? Alkane. Alkane. You understand? So now, how do we know that an organic compound is what? An alkane. First of all, if you remember too well, I said what? They have a general formula CnH2n plus 2. Do you understand? Where N, okay, N means what? The number of what? Carbon atoms, number of carbon atoms, okay? Carbon atoms. And also, if you remember too well, I said there's a particular name or numbering that is what? Special to what? Organic chemistry. Let me just remind you once again. Like I said, if you're having one carbon, it means what? That's met, isn't it? 2 carbon, that is what? Et. Okay? If it's 3 carbon, that's what? Prop. You understand? If it's 4 carbon, that is what? Bot. Okay? If it's 5, that is what? Pent. If it's 6, that is what? Hex. Okay? If it's 7, that is what? Hept. If it's 8, that is what? Oct. From the word octopus. If it's 9, that is what? None. If it's 10, that is what? Deck. Now talking about what? The suffix, you understand? That's the end part of the name. Sometimes you hear the word methane, ethane. It is because of what? This homologous series, it takes what? The last name of what? This homologous series. For instance, when I add AEN to it, it becomes what? Methane. Do you understand? So that's how it works. Okay, so back to knowing if an organic compound is an alkane or a butane. Do you understand? Sorry, an alkane or what? An alkyne. Do you understand? Let's forge ahead. We said N stands for what? The number of what? Carbon. So for instance, I want to know for methane. Let me start with for meth. That's 1 carbon, right? 1 carbon. So let me put in this formula. We have CnH2n plus 2. So N stands for what? 1. So mathematically, I know it's wrong, but we just do it for this video's sake. Okay, C1 H2 into what? 1. This N, number of carbons. Okay, we are looking for carbon 1. That's met plus what? 2. Okay, so let's see how it goes. So we have C1. Let's open the bracket. 2 times 1 is what? 2. Plus 2 is what? 4. We're having what? C1H4. So to be right with what's it called? A standard, okay? You don't write 1. 1 is not needed, okay? You just write what? CH4. Okay. So now this becomes what? Methane, because carbon 1, and also general formula of what? CnH2n plus 2 is what? For the alkane what? Homologous series. So we're having what? CH4. That's what? Methane. So do you understand it now? So we have to express this. Now, to expressing it, it's going to be what? C having what? 4 hydrogen atoms surrounding it. Now, there are rules to what? Naming a compound. Now, for the first rule, this first or second principle, it says that what? A carbon must have what? What's it called? 4 bonds attached to it, okay? With that is now what? Complete. For each carbon, it must have what? A covalency of what? 4 bonds what? Attached to it. So this is what? Methane, okay? This is methane. Let me also explain for propane or prop. Let me do for prop. That's 3, okay? Carbon atom 3. Prop is having what? Carbon atom 3. Okay? So I've done for met. Okay? Let me do for X, that's 2. I'll do for 3. Let me do for prop. I'll do for 3. Okay, then you do the rest. So let's do for earth. That's 2 carbon. So we have Cn H2n plus 2. Okay, where n stands for what? Number of carbons. So we're looking for earth. That's 2 carbon, having carbon 2. So we have C2 H2 into 2 plus 2, right? So we have C2. 2 times 2 is what? 4. 4 plus 2 is what? 6. Okay, we have C2 H6. So from this now, what is the name of this structure, organic structure compound here? C2 earth H6. Now from the formula CnH2n plus 2 will give us what? C2H6. That's what? An ethane. Okay, it is called an ethane. Now let's express this structure. We have C2, that's C carbon is how many here? 2. We're going to write 1, 2. How many hydrogen is attached? 6. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now do you see it now? This is called what? Ethane. Do you understand? Okay, this is called what? Ethane. So we can go ahead forming for what? What's called propane. 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you understand? So let me also say something. Alkyl group. Okay, the alkyl group. Now what are the alkyl group? This alkyl group is when one hydrogen atom is removed from what? An organic compound, for instance, or removed from a particular homologous series. For instance, take note, when one hydrogen atom, just one hydrogen atom is removed, okay, from a particular compound. For instance, like we've done so far, we did I think CH4 is what? Methane, right? CH4 is methane. Now this is CH4. If I remove one of the hydrogen of this methane, what will be left is what? CH3, right? So this now becomes what? An alkyl group. And what alkyl group is that? It now becomes what? A methyl. Do you understand? Methyl group. Okay? So since I remove just one hydrogen from this methane, it becomes what? A methyl group. Okay? And also let's look for ethane. Okay? I think ethane should be C2H C2H, let me see, 2, 4, C2H6. Okay, so this is what ethane. Okay, if I remove one hydrogen from this ethane, it becomes what? C2H5, and that will become what? An ethyl group. Do you understand it? So this is what the alkyl group represents. So let me just attach it to one question here on the board. Okay, I want to let me look at naming a heptane. Okay, let me add something to it. I want to look at hept. That's 6. Sorry, hept is 7. Okay, 7 carbon atoms. So let me see what it's going to give us for alkanes. Okay, that's a CnH2n plus 2, right? So Cn is what? 7. H2 into 7 plus 2. So that's C7. 2 times 4 is what? 14 plus 2. That's what? 16. So we're having C7H16. Okay. So I want to do something. I just want to add up this alkyl group to it. Let me use 6. Okay. We have 1. Okay. We're having 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me just use 4 carbons. Okay, let me add something here. 1, 1. Okay. 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 Now look up, just look up. If you check too well, like I said before, each of the carbon is having what? 4 bonds attached to it. Now let's start with this first. This is what? Bond 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what this carbon 1. This one is having again carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon 4. So this is what? Obeying the principle, okay, of 4 valence bond attached to what? The carbon atom. So now look, if you look too well, we have CH3 attached to this carbon here. Okay. Now, how do we name this compound? Although in my next video, I'm going to be making a video on how to name what the first homologous series of yes, we've talked about alkane. We're going to look at alkenes, double bonded, the alkynes, the alkanals, and what it's a big one. Just follow me as I go. Okay. So this is what CH3, right? Now, like I said before, the alkyl group means what? When one hydrogen atom is removed from what? A particular organic compound, or more especially the what? The alkane was homologous series, or even the alkenes as well. Do you understand? Okay, so let's go into this. So this is carbon 1. Okay, now in naming organic compounds, there are principles. Okay, if a particular functional group is attached to a carbon, okay, look for what the carbon that is closest to that what functional group. Okay, if I start from here now, this will be what 1, 2, 3. You understand? 4. But if I start from my left hand side, this one will now be what carbon 1, 2. Okay, and it's close. So the functional group is having a closer what carbon attached to it. Do you understand? So the right principle is to what? Is to name from here. The left hand, this is first of all 1. Excuse me. This now becomes what? Carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand it now? Now to name this now, carbon 2 is having what? The methyl group. Like I said before, this is CH3. Before it was what? CH4, right? When you remove one carbon, it becomes what? CH3. So carbon 2 is having what? The methyl group. So how do we name this now? It's gonna be what? This carbon 2 is now what? Excuse me. Is now what? 2-methyl. Okay. That's carbon 2. Then the methyl group, this is the functional group. Okay, the alkyl group, I mean to say. Okay, methyl. Now, how many carbons do we have there? Let's count. Carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what 4. That's both. Okay. Now, what homologous series is this? That's what an alkane. Do you understand? So it becomes what 2-methyl butane. Do you understand? Butane. Okay, butane. So this is what the organic the structure, the IUPAC name of what this organic was compound. Do you understand? And also there's what they call writing or expressing the condensed formula, and this is where Jamb brings its confusion. You understand? They'll just write something and tell you to express it or name the compound. It's very easy. Now when you've known this, I can still write this what in a condensed form. Okay, look up here. This is what CH3, right? This first carbon having was CH3, right? So I can write CH3. Okay. Now this carbon 2 is having what? The carbon 2 is having what? Alright, CH into what? CH3. Do you understand it now? I'm expressing this, okay? The carbon 3 is having what? CH2, right? The last one is having what? CH3. So to express this is just what I've done so far. This is a condensed formula. Okay, this is called what? The condensed formula. Okay, of 2-methyl butane. Do you understand? So in my next video, I'll be teaching us on how to name compounds. Okay, more of the alkanes as well. The alkenes, the alkynes, the alkanals, the alkanoic, the alkanals, the amines, and what the likes of them. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you found value in my video, and also share, and also like. And let me give you this assignment before I leave. Okay, this assignment, please do it and send it to my comment section. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to tell you to calculate. The assignment is this: calculate the IUPAC naming of octane. Okay, do this for me using what? The formula. Okay, CnH2n plus 2. Okay, this is your assignment. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.